Nathan is 48. He earns $87,000 a year, carries $11,000 of credit card debt, and has 19 years until the age 67 retirement marker. His problem is not that his brain falls to 20% after dark. There is no personal battery meter proving that number. His problem is that every money prompt has immediate access to him, while the financial tasks that could change his balance sheet have no protected place to go. Nathan tracked that difference for 30 days. After 8 p.m., he recorded 18 non-urgent financial prompts totaling $1,290. Purchases, subscription offers, credit actions, and investment ideas all went into the log before he acted. The next morning, he approved $540. He modified or deferred $300. He declined $450. That does not mean he saved $750. Some decisions moved, some changed, and some disappeared. The log proves something narrower. Nathan's first response and his reviewed response were often different. I call the system creating that gap the attention tax. It is not a government levy. It is not a diagnosis. It is a metaphor for the cost of giving every interruption an execution button while giving important financial administration no protected queue. For Nathan, it has three mechanisms: the interruption queue, the late decision default, and the admin backlog. By the end of this video, we will rebuild the queue, model Nathan's credit card payoff, and show how a protected money window changes what gets acted on. Every number in Nathan's story is a fictional illustration, not a prescription. Nathan is an IT manager at a regional healthcare company in Columbus, Ohio. He manages a team, handles system incidents, and makes risk decisions during the workday. His exact workload and schedule are fictional. His modeled take-home pay is $5,200 per month after payroll deductions and benefits. Actual take-home depends on taxes, filing status, benefits, location, and plan elections. His monthly commitments, including a scheduled $275 card payment, total $4,650. That leaves $550 of reliable margin. He has $8,000 in cash, $23,000 in retirement, and $11,000 on the card at 18%. Those three balances create a tracked financial position of $20,000, cash plus retirement, minus the card. That is not Nathan's complete household net worth. A home, vehicle, other debts, and family assets are outside this simplified illustration. The first mechanism is the interruption queue. An interruption does not need to steal 23 minutes every time to matter. Its effect depends on what Nathan was doing, how demanding the interruption is, and what must be reconstructed afterward. A PubMed-indexed experiment found that the time required to resume a suspended goal varied with the duration and cognitive demand of the interruption. Another study on interrupted tasks found that a short ready-to-resume plan can reduce attention residue when a person expects to return to unfinished work. The evidence supports a cost that varies. It does not support multiplying every phone alert by one universal recovery number. Nathan's system problem is simpler. Alerts, messages, promotions, work issues, and his own unfinished thoughts all enter one queue. Urgent and non-urgent items use the same doorway. He creates a notification gate. Essential family calls, medical alerts, security incidents, and true work emergencies stay on the whitelist. Non-urgent promotions, market summaries, shopping alerts, and social notifications are batched or muted during his protected windows. Before a necessary interruption, Nathan writes one ready-to-resume line: what I was doing, the next action, and the filer number I need. That line is not a productivity miracle. It is a small external memory queue that helps the unfinished task re-enter the queue. The notification gate blocks the interruption queue by separating urgency from availability. Mechanism 2 is the late decision default. Nighttime is not biologically bad. Shift workers, caregivers, and different chronotypes may have their best attention at different hours. The relevant evidence is personal and specific. Nathan's own 30-day log shows more changes between his first response after 8 p.m. and his reviewed response the next morning. Research can support caution without pretending to predict Nathan. A Royal Society Open Science study examined 26,501 credit applications handled by bank officers. Decisions varied across the workday in a pattern the authors found consistent with decision fatigue. That was a professional lending setting, not Nathan's living room. An experimental study of cognitive fatigue found that fatigued participants made more variable economic choices. Its sample and conditions do not prove that every tired person makes a bad decision, or that morning is the best time for everyone. Nathan does not ban nighttime decisions. He creates a personal morning queue. His rule covers non-urgent purchases of at least $50, new subscriptions, credit applications, balance transfers, and investment changes. At night, the choice goes on to one list with a price, purpose, deadline, and cancellation or exit terms. Nathan reviews it at his next planned decision window. Essential household needs, medical decisions, safety issues, family needs, and real work emergencies do not wait for the queue. The threshold is personal, not universal. The morning queue locks the late decision default because the first impulse can no longer execute a non-urgent financial choice by itself. Nathan's 30-day log becomes an audit, not a guilt report. The 18 prompts totaled $1,290. 540 survived morning review unchanged. 300 was modified or deferred. 450 was declined. The changed or declined amount was $750, but Nathan does not count it as guaranteed monthly savings or compound it into a fantasy fortune. He counts 18 decisions that finally had a root. Mechanism 3 is the admin backlog. Important financial tasks often have no immediate alarm. Reading the card statement, checking the annual percentage rate, reviewing workplace plan documents, confirming an employer match, or setting a reserve target can wait one more day without visible failure. System incidents cannot. Urgent work keeps moving to the front. Money administration remains in the backlog until the cost becomes a crisis. Nathan creates one protected 45-minute money window each week at the time his own calendar shows reliable attention. It does not have to be Sunday morning. It does not require a blank calendar or 5 hours of reading. Each session uses one evidence card, current balance, current rate or fee, source document, deadline, and one next action. One session may be only reading a statement and writing the correct numbers. Another may be opening the actual retirement plan document. Another may be calling the number on a card to ask a question. The goal is not 52 life-changing optimizations. The goal is to keep one verified task moving through the system. Nathan's first evidence card is the 18% credit card. $11,000 multiplied by 18%, divided by 12, equals $165. That is a simple monthly interest scale on a constant starting balance. It is not a prediction of Nathan's statement. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau explains that many card issuers calculate interest daily using a daily periodic rate and balances across the billing cycle. New charges, fees, payment timing, and issuer methods can change the actual result. The next evidence card is the reserve. The CFPB describes an emergency fund as cash set aside for unplanned expenses. Nathan chooses $5,000 as his personal starter reserve. That amount is not universal. Household income, dependents, health needs, housing, job risk, and other obligations can justify a different number. Nathan has $8,000 in cash, so he keeps $5,000 and applies $3,000 to the card. The balance falls from $11,000 to $8,000. The third evidence card is his workplace plan. The Department of Labor says employees can defer salary into a workplace retirement plan and that some plans include an employer match. Some do not. Nathan checks the actual plan documents before changing a contribution. Investor.gov says eliminating high interest debt generally beats trying to invest against that high certain cost. Nathan preserves his personal reserve, reviews any confirmed match, and assigns $500 of his $550 reliable margin to the card. He keeps $50 as operating margin. His existing card payment is $275. Add $500. The total modeled payment becomes $775 per month. This is an educational sequence, not individualized advice. The payoff model locks 4 assumptions: no new charges, a constant 18% annual percentage rate, monthly compounding, and payments at month end. Real cards may accrue daily, so actual statements will differ. After the $3,000 cash payment, the first modeled month's interest is $120. Under the assumptions, Nathan pays $775 per month and reaches zero in month 12. The final modeled payment is about $233.01. Total modeled interest after the cash payment is about $758.01. A new charge, fee, missed payment, rate change, or emergency would move the payoff date. Now return to Nathan's tracked financial position. He began with $8,000 in cash plus $23,000 in retirement, minus $11,000 on the card. That equals $20,000. At modeled payoff, hold the retirement balance constant and count $5,000 in cash with no card balance. The tracked position is $28,000. The improvement is $8,000, equal to credit card principal removed by monthly payments. It is not investment return. It does not claim that Nathan's complete household net worth rose by exactly that amount. The money window now needs a next assignment. When the card reaches zero, Nathan does not leave the released $775 in an unprotected queue. In this illustration, he routes $500 per month toward retirement, $225 toward reserve rebuilding, and keeps the existing $50 operating margin. His actual account choice, contribution limit, match, tax treatment, and reserve target require current documents and personal facts. For scale only, suppose Nathan begins that retirement route at age 49. He keeps the existing $23,000 invested, contributes $500 monthly for 18 years, and experiences monthly compounding. At an estimated 5% annual return, the illustration reaches about $231,066 by age 67. At an estimated 7%, it reaches about $296,149. The Investor.gov compound interest calculator lets you enter an initial investment, monthly contribution, time, estimated rate, and compounding frequency. Estimated is the critical word. The examples assume uninterrupted contributions and stable modeled returns. Markets fluctuate. Fees and taxes reduce outcomes. These are not forecasts, guarantees, or proof that either amount is enough for retirement. The Social Security Administration says full retirement age is 67 for people born in 1960 or later. We use 67 as a planning marker, not a required work stop date or a recommendation about when Nathan should claim benefits. Nathan did not solve this by proving that phones are evil or that tired people cannot be trusted. He exposed 3 routing failures. The notification gate blocked the interruption queue by separating urgent access from constant access. The morning queue blocked the late decision default by requiring a second review for Nathan's non-urgent choices. The money window blocked the admin backlog by giving one verified financial task, a protected place, and a next action. Pressure became analysis. Analysis created relief. If you are between 38 and 52 and important money tasks keep moving to tomorrow, do not begin with a battery percentage. Run a 7-day routing audit. Write down every non-urgent financial prompt, the time it arrived, the amount, and whether your reviewed decision changed. Then create 3 gates. Gate 1, who and what can interrupt a protected window? Gate 2, which non-urgent choices require a second review? At what personal threshold, and what exceptions must stay open? Gate 3, when is your 45-minute money window? What source document will you open, and what single next action will end the session? Your best time may be morning, afternoon, night, or a rotating shift. The rule is not, decide early. The rule is, do not let every prompt choose the time and terms of your decision. Nathan still has 19 years from age 48 to the age 67 marker. Attention alone will not fund retirement. A protected route can decide which verified action receives his next dollar and next 45 minutes. That is how you stop the attention tax, not by eliminating life, work, or technology, but by removing immediate execution rights from the wrong queue. And the next invisible tax is built into a different constraint. Selling income 1 hour at a time while fixed costs and inflation keep moving. That video is right here.